In this video, I am going to share two most powerful tools from Stoicism which can be used to cultivate mental strength in our life. Both of these tools are very effective and please watch the whole video to understand them completely. From a Stoic point of view, mental strength is necessary for living a virtuous and smooth life. Mental strength is required when we have to choose good things over bad things or when we need to quit bad habits and establish new ones. According to the Stoics, mental strength is just like a muscle which we have to train and it becomes stronger and stronger by use. And last but not the least, mental strength is required to deal with hard and difficult life situations. And sometimes the difficulties of life become so severe that it forces us to quit living and the only visible solution which appears is suicide. There is no promise from anyone that life is going to be easy. When we go to social media, we see how smooth and perfect others' life is and we want to live their life. In other words, we compare our life with them and become even more resentful and miserable. We make a lot of expectations from life and when these expectations are not fulfilled, we become angry, sad and resentful. So in this video, I want to tell you how you can develop a strong mindset that can be used to deal with difficult and hard life situations using the philosophy of Stoicism. The first Stoic principle that could be used is to understand and apply the dichotomy of control, which is to say that some things are in our control and some things are not in our control. We should only focus on those things which are in our control. Why do we worry? According to Stoicism, worry only comes when we give our attention to those things which are out of our control. When it comes to things which are in our control, there is nobody more powerful than us. No matter how difficult life situations become and no matter how many casualties fall upon us, but we still have the power over our things and nothing can stop us from doing things which are in our control. As long as we focus on things which are in our control, we remain powerful. Stoic wanted us to realize that even the mighty gods don't have the power to disturb our peace as long as we focus on the things which are in our control. No matter how difficult life situations become, but our mind is calm and serene. When the mind inside us is at peace, even the most difficult situation is bearable. Realize all those things which are in your control and leave the rest to nature. To understand it completely, you have to first apply it in real life and then you will realize its power. When we focus only on things which are in our control, then suddenly all the stress disappears and what is left inside us is tranquility and peace. According to Stoicism, it is impossible to worry when we follow the dichotomy of nature. According to Marcus Aurelius, we don't have the power over the outside event, but we can become powerful when we shift our focus to only those things which are in our control. We will realize our power when we shift our focus from outside to the inside things of our life. By applying the dichotomy of control, we can cultivate a lot of mental strength and peace of mind. The second Stoic principle that could be used for cultivating mental strength is by negative visualization. This is difficult to understand, so please listen to it very carefully. According to Seneca, instead of thinking positively in our life, we should think negatively. Instead of having hopes about future, have negativity about future. Think all the bad things that can happen. Take a diary and note those things which can go wrong. After doing this, prepare yourself for facing the worst condition that could happen and do your best to prevent those situations. What it really means is that we should hope for the best and prepare for the worst. The idea here is that you are powerful enough to face all those situations and you can survive in it. This is a basic Stoic technique, imagining the worst case scenario and preparing ourselves for it. Reminding ourselves that the worst is survivable and bearable. We don't have to think that the worst thing won't happen, but we have to remind ourselves that those things could happen and we can bear those things. Seneca advised us to think of poverty, humiliation and even exile and be prepared for it. It goes directly against the optimistic philosophy in which we have to only think positive thoughts and pretend that bad things that we are expecting will never happen. This doesn't solve any problem, but it makes us unprepared for the worst case scenario. When we sit down and try to predict what will happen, then we will realize that most of those things will not happen at all. Human mind is designed in such a way that it magnifies the problem and fear its results. But the truth is that in reality, what we fear may not happen at all. The mind always magnifies the problem. Applying the negative visualization means that you are preparing yourself for the worst condition, but at the same time you are doing your best to avoid this. Stoic always told the student to practice negative visualization and be strong in every situation. What Stoic wanted is to say that we are more powerful than you think. You can go through difficult life situations and hard times and use your intelligence to get out of it. After accepting that situation, do everything that you could do to escape from it. But don't forget the dichotomy of control in these situations. Now it can be said that these two Stoic principles can be used simultaneously with harsh and difficult life situations. Bad times come in everybody's life with no exception, and it is now on us how to deal with them. We could deal with these situations as a coward or as a brave person. Just like the Roman soldiers, Stoics were brave and courageous. According to Stoics, mental strength is just like a muscle which gets stronger by exercise. You can't gain mental strength in just one day. You have to practice and apply these Stoic principles repeatedly, and by practice you will gain mental strength. At first it will suck, but when you apply these principles you will realize mental strength and mental resilience. Thank you.